If you look at the older version of the codes, hopefully I'll show you a couple of codes. If you look at the older version, it has heavily, like it has, so let me show you components. This component one, I think I opened Lightning components. Uh, Let's go CSS. Okay. Look at this SLS panel, SLS P vertical, medium. This is how we used to apply the LA system. Previously, we used to apply this LDA system for the LAs for the CSS. So this is also new one Lightning button. Let me choose something which is older. It's 2008 code. Let me choose something older than this. I think copied it recently. Let me take. Look at this, the styles how we are using SLAS grid, SLAS grid vertical, stretch, sim search input large. So this is how we used to apply the CSS in the earlier case. Now, as I told you, we already have a built-in CSS with the Lightning namespace. We have reduced the usage of the LDS, but for understanding purpose, to understand the existing course, we'll try to consider what is this BEM and how it can be used. Let us see this. When I say BEM model, yes, I opened the page already. Yeah. So if you want to apply same styles on multiple pages, I don't want to hit the values. I want to have a common terminology so that we can apply the same properties on multiple pages or multiple components. Now, as we discussed in the last class, when we went for a token, now we told width 100 pixel, width 50 pixel, like that we mentioned the values. But here, I don't want to go with the values. I want to go with the namings. Small, x small, okay, xx small, xxx small. So we don't want to figure out the values. We want to go with the naming convention so that whenever you are applying, it will be easy for you to apply the CSS. That's how the BM has, that's how the Lightning design system has a higher importance compared to the other CSS, built-in CSS. Now look at this BM model. In the BM, B stands for block, E stands for element, M stands for modifier. So block, element, and modifier. BM, block, element, and modifier. So what is this block? Now let us say, like as per this documentation, I'll explain it. If you look at this house, this complete house is one element. This complete house is one block. In the block, we have the Sub-elements. In the block, we have sub-elements like door, windows, door, windows. These are called elements. Now, in that element, now this door is small, this door is large. They are modifiers. Now, component, sub-element, part of the component, and the modifier. Modifier, look at this, this is small in size, window is small in size, window is large in size. So they are called modifier. So how do you define? Dot component name, dot block name, then underscore element name, hyphen, or look at the point, block, dot block name, sub element, door or window. So dot house underscore door, dot house underscore window, sub element. Now modifier. What is the modifier? Now we want to say large, small, then we give hyphen step. Here we get. Let us go back. Underscore modifier. Underscore modifier. Dot house underscore door underscore pink. Dot house underscore window. Okay, underscore small underscore large. So double underscore element block underscore element underscore modifier. Dot block element underscore sub element underscore modifier. So block element modifier. Dot block underscore element underscore modifier. This is how the standard BM looks like. This is how standard element look like, standard BM model. But when you go to the Salesforce Lighting Design System, the properties are slightly modified. Let us say we are going to we'll go with some utilities. What was that? Utilities. Yeah. Now I'm going for a borders. It is not purely obeying the BEM model, but it resembles the similar. It resembles the same. Now look at this. If you look at this, SLDS border underscore modifier. So this is the main element underscore bottom is the modifier. This is main element is the modifier. This is the main element modifier. Element block element is border modifier. Block element is the modifier. Element modifier. SLD is the block. Element is the border. Modifier is the bottom. Look at the format what we had. SLDS border left, SLDS border right, SLDS border top. So we are applying this CSS here. This is how we are getting border left, border right, border top. So what was this? So like this, for everything they have given some predefined classes. So if we use these classes, we'll be applying the CSS. We'll be using these classes as a CSS in the element. Instead of giving the numerical values in the pixels or EM, straight away we can use this naming convention so that everywhere we get the same font, same size, same alignments. Let us say we go on with the box. When you go with the box, what we have? SLDs is the element, box is the element. SLDs is the block, box is the element, modifier. Now we have got here default size. Look at the box size. Size small, size x small, size xx small. So what are these? These are the modifiers. SLDS is the element. SLDS box underscore okay. SLDS box underscore xx small. This is the modifier. So element. Look at the word block. What are the block? In the block, the box modifier. Like that, they have given all the predefined descriptions. We're just applying those things here. Floats, float left, float right, SLDS, float right, SLES float left, SLES none, SLES clear fix, both side. Right. So this is how the LDA system, lightning design system, has given you grid. SLES grid, SLES grid. Now how many columns? SLES column size 2 out of 3. If you divide the complete row into 3, first one is occupying 2 columns, second one is occupying 1, because I have SLES size 2 out of 3. So this is the LDA system what was given. So we used to use this to apply the CSS. To get the lighting look and feel, to apply the CSS, we used to do this. But as I told you already, now we are not using this much, as we are already having a predefined components which has built-in CSS with the namespace of lightning column. Whenever we are using a lightning column, that already has these properties. Right. I hope you got my points. I hope everyone has got these points. Right. We can just copy paste this course to check how they are working. You just copy paste this course to see how they are working. Font size, sizing, scrollable, positions, padding small, padding left, right, small, xx small, xs large. All these are built in. So whenever you want to just apply, create a component, take div class equal to, take this element and apply and see how they are working. There are a lot of elements here. As per your requirement, you can check out. So they are very well documented material available here. So if you want to apply these things, just copy the code, write your program, and check out how they are working. Right. I hope everyone is good with this. Anyone has any query on this?
Sir, like present Lightning Colony is actually implementing this UI, right? Extending that one.
Yeah. Well, now we are using
That we
force colon SLDS, right? When you're going for a lighting application, we are using a force colon SLDS, right? The moment you use
yes,
this,
sir.
automatically we are getting the CSS inbuilt. In the earlier case, as I told you, like let me give an example to make it simple. Now I didn't apply force SLDS. Now look at this. I didn't apply any force SLDS. Now if you don't apply any force SLDS, we are not getting that look and feel. Now what is the property we received here? The structure has changed. The structure has changed. Same thing. So we are getting built in the CSS. Here I need to make small change for you to understand. Here it gave UI button. So look at this. There is no CSS applied on this. Then I need to go to this. Yes, SLDS base, neutral, SLDS base. Not applied. Class SLDS button brand. No, it's not applied. Just give me 1 minute. Go back to this. The structure. We're getting this CSS applied. So what is that? We are externally applying the CSS in the form of this. But when you're going with the lightning colon button, automatically we're getting the same. When you go to the lightning colon, automatically we're getting the same. Now whatever we are giving here, the same thing was given here as CSS. Look at this neutral format brand. When you say brand, SLDS button brand. The same thing I applied here. The same thing I applied here as lightning button variant equal to brand. Variant equal to brand. So whatever the LDS we used to apply earlier, that was shortened with the namespace of lightning colon. So it is coming as inbuilt. But if you want this SLDS to be applied, we need to extend the force SLDS. We extend the force SLDS, whatever the CSS that are defined on the lightning colon elements will be applied. Did you get my point? You get my point? So whatever you are finding there as a lightning colon, all of them are available in the form of this. Let us say badges. We have lightning badges. We have avatar group. We have avatar group. We have button groups, button icons, buttons, card. When you want to apply previously lightning card, the same lightning card, whatever the lightning card we used to do, previously we used to achieve in this format. This is the way I used to write the code for lightning cards. But now it was simplified with the lightning colon card title, icon name, set action. Previously, if I want to design that format, I used to copy this code. I used to modify the body part of the lightning cards. This is the code what we used to write earlier for lightning card. This is the code. We used to literally copy this code and make a modification on this. But now, simply we have the SVGs will not work for you. Let me remove that SVG. Apart from SVG, everything will work for you. So what I was doing, let me go back. This is how the lightning card we received. The same we are achieving instead of writing all this lengthy code. The same thing we are achieving today with lightning colon card. This is how we used to go for LDS in the previous in the early stage of the lightning. We used to apply all these LDS and get the look and feel. Now, as I told you, now it is simplified like your Visual Force component. We got a very rich UI components built with the namespace of lightning, because of which the burden of applying all this CSS externally is reduced. I hope everyone has got this story. Still, anyone has any query on that? Whatever the component you want to apply, just go to the Lightning Design System. Go to lightningdesignsystem.com. Check out the utility, what you want to apply. Choose that. Copy the code. Make the modification. Copy the code. Make the modification of the body or sizes. As simple as that. Whatever you want to apply, just choose the element. You get a code. The attributes are given here. You choose the property, whatever you want. But copy the code. Make the necessary changes. Right? Okay. The same things are available to you here as component reference. Same things are available to you as a lightning component reference. The same accordion, titles, badges, buttons, button groups, same things are available to you. Whatever you are finding there, the same things are available here. Whatever the lightning design system is there, the same things are available here. Right, boss? I hope you are good with this. Here also they have given a base level examples. You can copy the code. You can copy the code and apply it. I hope everyone has followed. Any other query from your end? Right. Then fine. I'll just go with I'm not just getting into the main topic. As I told you, like, people are not available. So I'll just finish off one more minor topic for the day. And we'll discuss the main topic on next Saturday. As Shanti is not available, right? I'm just giving the basics topics which are left out. Okay. Now let us go to the next one. What we are trying to understand. The next one is the SVG. Previously, if you look at the component creation, look at this lightning cards you have taken. Here you're applying this SVGs, right? Now what is that? Icons. Whatever the icon symbols are there, if you want to create your own icon symbols, previously we used to create them like SVGs here. We used to create all these like SVG and we used to include the link. Create SVGs and include them like a link. But now straight away icons are there. We're using the icons. Now I'll give you an example here. Now I require this. I'll create this as a SVG. I require this. I'll create as a SVG. Whatever I need, I'll create the images as SVGs, icons and everything. I'll create like SVGs and use it. But now what we are doing, we are going for icons. Straight away we have icons. We are using it. Like as we discussed already in the lightning, how we used to define it? Lightning cord icon. If I don't use this, when I'm going with the same lightning, this system using LDS, if I want to define the system, that icon I have to define as SVG. Whatever the icon that I'm using, I used to define it as a SVG. But now we have straight away symbols. If not, we'll create the resource as a static resource and use it within the component. So here, this is replaced. Replaced with this. So the complexity in the LDS is reduced with the lightning colon components. Right? I hope everyone is good. Everyone is good with that? Okay. I'm not insisting much on
Can
this.
we create our own one?
We can create them. We can create our own structures. Now, if you want to create your own, that's what we are supposed to go with a static resource again. That's what I'll be discussing, how to create a static resource and how to include them. Right. That being a main topic, I don't want to render it now when people are not available. Okay. So that's what I told I'll discuss in the next session. Okay. I just gave only the difference. What is that LDS, SLDS and lightning design system and lightning con. Just I gave overview and the differences. Okay. We can create our own icons and we can use them. That's what I'm going to cover you when I say how to use external JavaScript. In the using the external JavaScript concept, I'll be using how to use the external resources, how to create a static resource and include them. Even in the Visualforce page also, when you want to include any external images, or if you want to include any Java jQuery, or if you want to use a jQuery or any other, we have created a static resource and included it. The similar way, there's a concept in the Lightning also to include the external scripting, external CSS, external images, external icons, and use them in the Lightning component. But that again, we go for static resource concept. I'll be covering it when the scripting concepts comes. Probably that will be the next Saturday class. The Saturday, the same thing I'm going to cover: scripting, applying the external JavaScript, using the external resources in the Lightning components. Right, boss? Right. Meanwhile, any other queries from your end? Any other queries?
Can you please that code? Can you please explain one more time?
Come again, Amma. Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, that code. Can you once again please explain that code?
Which code, Amma?
In the notepad that. In the notepad.
I just closed it. You mean to say I lightning this thing?
Yeah.
Now, this is the SVG. This is the SVG icon names. Let me give you. Let me specify you the technical words. In general, what is this SVG? In general, SVG. If you want to apply vector graphics, then we go for SVG. Generally, in our case, your icons, images, there we go with this SVG. Then we specify what is the width and height of the element. Now you're trying to create like these people are trying to create a circles here. Let us understand this. So you want to create your own images. You want to create your own graphics. You want to create your own graphical images. Vector-based graphics. Vector-based graphics. Now scalable vector-based graphics. Scalable vector-based graphics. Then what we used to do? We used to create our own SVG. Our own images we used to create. Okay, here when you're creating this SVG, I'll say small, XX small, large, that variants are there, right? X small, large, double large, padding. That image you're creating and applying your own structures here. This SVG, whatever we are getting this SVG here, the same thing we are getting here as a built-in with the name of icons. Previously, we used to design this. We used to design this. Now, no need to design this. They are already providing some predefined structures here. So that's how I replaced that SVG with icons. Previously, I used to design this. Did you get my point? So there I used to create a div SVG, div SVG. This SVG I used to write. This SVG we used to write. Let us try out. No component. So here the structure is different. No component named SVG found here. C colon should be part of any one of the element. Somewhere we removed here. We are not designing here actually. The source should be copied actually. No. Let me show with respect to our component here in the case. Code will be there. Where is the code? Look at this. So what I'm doing, standard icons. These icons are defined. Assets, icons, standard sprite symbol, SVG, symbols dot SVG, account. The same whatever they are giving here, whatever you are giving here, the same thing I defined here as standard account. Previously, we used to apply this SVG in this format. So what we used to do, we used to go for the corresponding SVG. This is the corresponding SVG, and this is the source of the image. This is the source of our image. This is the source of our image. You're finding here Xlink, assets, icons, in assets, icons, standard sprite, symbols we got SVG account. So this we used to use. We previously used to write this SVG code, but now this is simplified and we are using like a icon name standard colon account. That's what I was trying to convey. Is that was clear? Did you get my point, boss?
Yeah, Satish. So in the right side, one SVG block is like where controller and helper and documentation is there. There one SVG is there, right?
Yeah. The icons, whatever the icons you're finding, they are SVG. The image,
So this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this SVG code we will write that in SVG section, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, now I'm clear.
Now, prior to that, what we are supposed to do, the link reference is there. No, these images I have to create first. Either a graphical way, either I have to create like a graphics, or I have to create them as a static resource and use it. I have to create them like a static resource and use it. Okay, in case you want to go for your custom, now no need of creating this SVG. Straight away you can create them as a static resource and use it along with the lightning column components. Previously we used to write this and include those images, but now we are straight away using them like a static resource. Right. Any other queries?
Okay, thank you, Satish.
I'll try to show these examples in a session. I'll try to use one SVG creation. I'll try to create one SVG and show you. You know, we are left with a re-render and a SVG, right? I'll be covering those 2 points there. Right. Any other queries? Just I covered the basic what is the BEM structure and what a LDS is. Right. I hope these 2 points are clear for everyone. So we'll wind the session for the day. So as I told you, we will have very less number of audience in the class. Okay. Less number of people attended, and I'll be covering the complete sessions in next Saturday and Sunday. Right, that's all from my end. See you all in the next session.